Welcome back, everyone. Right now we're on episode 22. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dive right into it. So the message I'm gonna deliver today is very important. You know, it's a message that most people wish they heard sooner and paid attention to. So I want to kind of talk about this with you guys because it's very important, not just to me, but to all of y'all. And, you know, my mission on these videos is to, you know, of course, inspire, motivate, and just, you know, uplift and give you guys videos of value. And one of the biggest things, you know, I want to talk about real quick is Steve Jobs. You know, everyone is familiar with Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple, which is, you know, one of the most successful companies in the world. You know, one of the biggest things he said on his deathbed really was, you know, eye-opening for me, you know, and when he said this, it was almost kind of scary, you know, and I'm going to tell you guys real quick what he said, and there's like a whole paragraph or two of what he said, but I'm going to go down to one of the most important things that he talks about on there. He goes, when a person goes into the operating room, he will realize that there is one book that he has yet to finish reading, the book of healthy life. And with him saying that, it was like very, very eye-opening, you know, because the book of healthy life, what he means is, you know, when people are, you know, on their deathbed or they come to an end and whether they got sicknesses or old age or whatever it is, the one thing that a lot of people wish that they did was took better care of themselves health-wise. You know, something that they didn't really invest into. You got so many people out there that don't exercise, that don't eat right, that, you know, consume very bad beverages on a daily, and there's so many things that lead up to you, you know, as you get older and only make it worse for you. And it's crazy because, you know, you could have prolonged your life by eating right and exercising and doing the right things. And it's crazy because most people don't do that, and they don't realize it till it's too late and they're sitting there on their deathbed. And, you know, it's very eye-opening for me because, too, I've gone through different health issues as well. And it's scary. It's scary, you know, with not knowing what's going to happen to you and everything like that. And, you know, I just want y'all to know how important it is to really focus on your health, you know, and don't wait till next week. Don't wait till next month. Don't wait for the New Year's. This is something you have to take action on today. You know, you need to wake up and understand how important it is for you to consume water, consume the vitamins that you need. Get sunlight, exercise, eat vegetables, eat fruits, and, you know, pay attention to what your body is telling you. And, you know, I just wanted to kind of share this with you because I don't want it to be too late for you, you know, and where you get to a point where, you know, who knows, you might go and get diagnosed with something. You're like, dang, I wish I paid attention to that more. And it's a scary thing. It's a very scary thing. And, you know, this is something we all need to wake up to, you know, is because we're living in a world where a lot of people just consume fast food continuously and drink energy drinks and just consume bad stuff. Coca-Cola, candy, chips. And it's like, I've never seen, like when I was younger, people didn't consume fast food like they did to nowadays. Nowadays, people literally live off of fast food, and they don't consider, are they getting enough fiber? Are they getting, you know, enough nutrition? And my biggest thing is you need to wake up because I care about you and I want to see you guys live to your longest potential as well as myself. So with that being said, you know, I took some serious drastic changes in my life, and, you know, for one, I eliminated any kind of soda, any type of soda pops, any type of freaking soft drinks, any type of juices or anything like that. My main focus literally has been water. I drink a lot of water now. Strictly water, sparkling water, mineral water, whatever. I do orange juice from time to time for the vitamins. And when I drink coffee, I've been drinking black coffee for about 4 years now. And I'm talking just black coffee, no cream, no sugar, just black coffee. And I drink that for the energy and everything, and to, keep me real upbeat. But, the other drinks, they're just pointless. Even if it says 0 sugar on there, it's extremely bad for you still, because they got artificial sugar in there or some other substitute that's making it sweet, which a lot of us don't even know what's in there. So, I've done that. I've been eating and consuming more fruits and vegetables, especially if I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, I'm getting hungry. One of my meals when I eat now is, instead of going and getting a big old meal, I'll go and get a bowl of fruit and just get full on that, or a bowl of vegetables and just consume that with a lot of water, or, like I said, or maybe some freshly squeezed pineapple juice. Something of that nature. So I've been making some drastic changes. I've also, for people that don't know, I do distance running. I've been doing distance running though for some years. And for me, I kind of first got into it because, for one, I started to gain some weight, and I was like, I looked up how could I lose weight quick as possible, and the biggest thing on there was distance running, and I was like, okay, I could get into that, and I wanted to challenge myself anyways, because I seen that only 2% of the world actually do it, and I was like, dang, I want to try it out. I remember coming across a guy one day, and he just got done running, I think it was 16 miles, and he was like, yeah, I just got done running 60 miles, it felt amazing. It's something that he really enjoyed, and I wanted to get to that point. I wanted to know what he was talking about. So I literally took up distance running about has to be about 4 years ago now. And it was the best thing ever. At first it's real challenging, it's something that challenges your mind. But it's good for you. I mean, shoot, there's people out there that have been diabetic, and because they took up distance running, it took away the diabetes. So I was like, okay, for one, I don't want to be a diabetic. Both my parents have diabetes. So I kind of started diving into that and really paying attention to, my mental health and just everything. And by me challenging myself, and what's cool about distance running, it's not necessarily a race against anybody. It's a race within yourself. You're racing yourself, and you're just pushing yourself, and it helps your mental fortitude. It does so much good for you. And at the beginning it is hard, I'm not gonna lie. It took me, I want to say, a good maybe about 3 months till I got to the point of where I was just thoroughly enjoying it, but you have to stay consistent. This is not something that you just start and then stop, start and then stop. You'll never get that momentum. You have to stay continuous. And I want to say about 3 months into it, I started to really enjoy it, and I was upping my miles. And when you do distance running, it's something where you don't stop and take a break. You literally keep running the whole time, because when you stop, you lose that momentum. You got to build it up again, and so forth and so on. And it's discipline. And for me, I got to a point where I was running 8-mile runs, and without stopping. And I was never able to do that, and it felt amazing. And it became, at first I was doing it for the health and the nutrition aspect, but I started to really enjoy it so much. It became more of almost a mental reset for me. It was something I had to do, where it was just it would reset my mental. It was my time to get out with nature and just feel good. So anyone out there, I suggest that you challenge yourself and do something that you feel sucks, or something you feel like you can't do. And that's one thing I got into, was that. And I do a lot of working out. I do a lot of calisthenics, and that's something I really enjoy doing, a lot of skill training. And I've just been really trying to pay attention to my body, health-wise, and listening to my body. And I'm not perfect. I do slip up and everything, and that's why I'm making this video, is because recently, as far as my health and everything, my body wasn't just reacting right to certain stuff, and I started shifting and changing my diet. And before, I would change my diet and kind of fall off it a few months later. change my diet, fall off. I always stay consistent with the working out, but the health was always a challenge. But this time is different because life is important. I want to be around to see my children grow up. I want to be around to accomplish my goals. I want to be around to spend time with my loved ones. And, you know, I've been really disciplined at, you know, just consuming the right stuff, you know. So I wanted to share that with you guys and wanted you guys to really challenge yourself. And if this kind of woke you up in any type of way, you know, I want you to go into the comments and let me know what you're going to do. What are you going to do different? What are you going to challenge yourself on? And I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to go and look at these comments and I'm going to re-follow up with you. If you could put your Instagram in there, I'll follow you. And I'm going to follow up with you guys and see if you're sticking to your word. So that's kind of what I've been doing, you know, and just really focusing on that and really buckling down because, like I said, you never know, you know, what could happen to you. And as I get older, and as whoever is watching this right now, as you get older, it's going to go by really fast. And you're going to look and wish that you focused on this, okay? Now, another thing that I'm going to talk about right now, it's very important, is family. Family is also a very important thing. You know, a lot of times we don't get to spend time with loved ones, or it's not that we don't get to. We prioritize it last, you know, from working on the things that we want to do, or maybe we want to go hang out with our friends or do something else. And the thing is, life is very short. And what you have to understand is anything could happen to anyone at any time, whether it's yourself, your mom, dad, brother, sister, wife, children, whatever. Life is not guaranteed to every single person very long. People aren't lucky. There's, you know, the unlucky ones are gone. You know, and the thing is, a car wreck could happen, an airplane crash, a hemorrhage, a brain hemorrhage, your legs could get chopped off. There's so many different things that could happen, not just to yourself, but your loved ones out of nowhere. And you're going to look back and be like, I wish I spent more time with that person. And, you know, I wish that I, you know, just gave them the time of day to go out and hang out with them and just talk to them and have a cup of coffee with them. And it's going to hurt your soul and it's going to crush you the rest of your life because you're going to have that burden on you the rest of your fucking life. And the reason I'm speaking on this too is because I've fallen victim to that before where, you know, like for my grandparents, you know, I wish there's certain times, you know, when they did, you know, they lived with me and I just felt, you know, I was so busy at the time with my relationship at the time, my kid's mom and the drama that was going on at the time, and my focus wasn't there, and I was so busy with trying to do what I wanted to do that I wish I would have spent more time to sit down with them and have an actual conversations and take them out to maybe grab some food or take them to get a cup of coffee and just talk to them without being on this shit right here. And this is right here killing families, like relationships. I mean, literally I'll go out with someone and it's crazy because the whole time I'm with them, they'll be like this. The whole time, and I have to tell them, yo, put your fucking phone down. Like, what the fuck? Like, could you not focus for just a few minutes? Could you not just put your phone down or leave it in the car when you're gonna go hang out with someone and just talk? And you'll realize how beautiful it is. And I'm learning this, you know. And like I said, my grandpa passed away back in October, which was tough because to me, I really looked up to him. You know, he grew a multi-million-dollar business from scratch, and he did lose it, but that's not the point. To me, it's a very inspiring story, and I've seen it happen. And for me, you know, I did have conversations with him about that. But the thing is, as he got older, I almost like put it on the back burner to go hang out with him. Or if he wanted to go somewhere, I'd be like, Grandpa, I'm too busy right now. I got to go doing this, when I should have really spent that time and did that. And one of the biggest things I do now is I spend a lot of time with my children. I love hanging out with my kids. A lot of people be like, I got to go pick my kids up from school. And it's like, no, you get to pick your kids up from school because you got beautiful children that love you. I have to go, you know, go do this for my dad. No, you get to do that for your dad, and you're wording it wrong, And the thing is, you need to really open your eyes. And I love every moment that I spend with my children. It's a beautiful thing. I can't stand when people be like, oh, I need a break. I need a break. And it's like, what the fuck? No, you don't. What the fuck? What kind of weak mind do you have, or disgusting ass mindset that you have to sit there and always do some other shit without your kids? That's your, that's your kid. They love you, and like shoot, they're gonna be there for you. And before you know it, they're gonna be older, and they're not gonna want to hang with your ass because they're gonna have friends and other shit to do, and you're gonna be looking back like, fuck, I should have spent more time with them. I should have did this. So any parents, if you're a parent right now, spend time with your children. Watch them smile. Get off your fucking phone already. Like what the fuck are you even looking at? And one of the biggest things is someone hacked my Facebook not too long ago, right? And that's one thing I used to scroll on a lot was Facebook. I don't have TikTok. I don't have other stuff. I have Instagram. But Instagram's algorithm fucking sucks nowadays. It's all bullshit. So I don't even scroll on there anymore. I'm on YouTube more than anything. I'll watch YouTube videos. But otherwise for that, I was on Facebook scrolling. And it got hacked not too long ago. And you know what? It was the best thing that happened to me because I didn't even try to get it back. The only reason I kind of want it back is because of like family memories, pictures, and all that kind of stuff. Mostly the pictures and the videos of my kids and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise for that, man, I feel like a better person, almost more clear-minded. I don't scroll on my phone no more. And, it was a good thing that kind of happened. So put your phones down and, focus on your family, focus on your children, because I promise there's going to be a time where you're going to reflect and you're going to be like, it's going to hurt your soul that they're growing up, your children, and they don't want to spend time with you like they used to. So just remember that. And the last, but definitely not least thing I want to talk about is the Lord. If you're religious or not, or you believe in God or whoever it is, whether it's Allah, Jesus, whoever it is, you have to spend time with them. You have to get to know them. And one thing that that you're gonna wish is when it's time to go, you're gonna wish that you spent more time with focusing on the Lord, because for one, sitting there and praying, what I've learned is it's not enough. And I feel it with my soul. I'm speaking from my heart. Just praying is like bare minimum. That's bare minimum. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and he gave me a scripture. And the scripture is really good. I'm going to just kind of actually read this real quick. I wasn't planning on reading it on here, but you know what? It's short. It's not long at all. It's only a few sentences, but it's very, very powerful. So on the scripture, let's see what it says here. This is Matthew 7:21 through 23. Not everyone who calls me Lord, Lord will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only those who do what my Father in heaven wants them to do. When the judgment day comes, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, in your name we spoke God's message. By your name we drove out many demons and performed many miracles. Then I will say to them, I never knew you. Get away from me, you wicked people. That's something you need to think about, okay? And for those who don't understand what that means, I'm explaining this real quick, okay? And I'm going to say it just how one of my good friends, Brock, said it to me, okay? Because when I was asking him to kind of break it down a little bit, he was like, you could, let's use the example of a relationship. You could be in a relationship with someone and paying the bills, doing all this stuff as far as, bringing food, dropping off food, and, doing all these kinds of things for that person, right? But if you're not there really getting to know that person and who they are, it's just all pointless. It's all like, it's so soulless, not to spend time to get to know who that person is. It will not last. And then the thing is, what that's saying is, what if something happens to you and you make it to the gates of heaven and God just turns you away? He was like, you don't even know who I am. You sat there and prayed, but that's all you did. You didn't even dig into the Bible. You didn't even read whatever it is you read. Bible, the Quran, anything that you read as far as, because you got to believe in a higher power, and my thing is, you have to dig into the word. You have to read. And this goes for me as well. This goes for me as well. Reading the Bible and understanding who the Lord is, and just getting to know, spending that time, and even attending church. What's one, it's 1 hour a week. It's out of one day. And even this, to go and dedicate yourself to that. And it's not so much like, oh, you have to do it, but it's more about surrounding yourself with the people as well that also believe and are, studying and in the word. It's 1 hour, but you can spend tons of hours watching TV shows, or tons of hours on bullshit like scrolling on your phone, or tons of hours hanging out with your friends, fucking drinking at some pointless ass bar that's fucking filled with degenerates, with music that you can't even hear shit. And then you could do all that stuff, or go out to eat with your friends and talking about some nonsense, pointless ass bullshit all the time. But you can't spend 1 hour with the Lord a week. 1 hour. And it's important, because come doomsday, it's something that you're going to wish you did. And this is also a message out to myself, as far as I need to read in the Bible more. And that's something I am going to take part on. So with that being said, I would love your feedback. I would love to hear your thoughts on this video, because I honestly didn't know how I was going to approach this video. This is like, I did one take and I kind of messed up a little, and this is my second take, and I actually like it because I'm just kind of just speaking from the heart, speaking from my mind, speaking from my soul. And I would love your thoughts on this. Hopefully this kind of opened your eyes in some type of sense, because for me, it's a very important message. Probably one of the most important messages I have put out on my platform and everything. So I would love to hear more from you. If you could, like the video if you liked it. If you didn't, put a thumbs down, and drop in the comments. Let me know what you think, what you're gonna do. And if you could, drop your Instagram as well. I will go ahead and follow you. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.